What's up, and welcome to Mouse Ears and Magic, episode number 60.
That's insane.
I'm James,
Hey, y'all.
and that be Sarah. How you doing, honey?
Not feeling great today.
No, feeling great.
Nope.
I'm sorry.
That's all right.
It's been a rough week, right?
Golly, yeah.
Elle starting us off in the chat saying boo to you, and you. Elle is definitely in the Halloween spirit. She said, check out that brand new intro that I've never seen ever. That's funny. But yeah, I did send that intro over to her to let her check it out. Anyways,
She got the insider scoop.
yes. So yeah, just kind of catch up on the week a little. Let everybody know what's going on, because we might have a visitor pop in here at some point. So Friday, right? Was it Friday? Friday. Phoenix had his tubes redone, and whoa, Nate, paging Mr. Morrow is in the chat. What is up, Nate? That is awesome. I'm going to reach out to Nate to get him on one of these self-respecting men who love Disney episodes.
You're just going to keep rubbing that one in, aren't you?
I am. It's going to be a whole series. Like, it's just going to be a constant thing.
Okay, that would have been great if you did it that tonight. I could have taken the night off. I went to sleep.
But he the Phoenix had his tubes redone in his ears. They fell down in the canals. And
one of them came completely out, and the other one fell into his ear canal.
Yeah, they couldn't actually find the other one.
So it did come out.
Yeah. And then he got his adenoids completely taken out. He had part of them taken out in December of 18. Rest of them Friday. And then he had his tonsils.
Yeah.
And that has been the worst part.
Yeah, it's been a really rough few days.
Yes. So he's been getting a little fussy.
A little.
Around this time it kind of starts. So yeah, that's we might have a visitor. Sarah might have to hold and rock him. Be like down in Disney all over again.
Yeah, like I have not been able to sleep because every 10 or 15 minutes he starts crying and wants to be held and rocked and petted.
Yes. So Lisa from Custom Boutique by Lisa is in the chat.
Hey.
I just ordered one of your Christmas presents from her yesterday.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. Pretty excited about it. So yeah, do we want to just go ahead and jump into today's show? I don't know. Elle's asking if it's Pixley. I don't know.
It's talking about the image?
Yeah.
I hope so, because I look rough today.
All right.
I would appreciate some pixelation here.
So let's go ahead and jump into today. We're talking about our top rides. So the way we've broken it down is our top 3 rides in each park. Well, for 3 of the parks anyways, because I haven't done Epcot. Yeah, I haven't done Epcot since I was in 6th grade, and Sarah's yet to do Epcot. We'll stick to the other 3 right now. So what do you think? You want to start with Animal Kingdom, Magic Kingdom, or Hollywood Studios?
It don't matter to me.
Okay. We're going to do our top 3. And okay, so they're saying sound, and so that bothers me. Okay. I don't know.
It's probably because of that.
Yeah, it probably is. Still don't have the Roadcaster in. So
y'all, he asked me like every day at least 3 times, do we have any packing tape?
And you say yeah somewhere, and you never get it for me.
I tell you exactly where I think it is.
Yeah, and I've looked and it's not there. So
tough crap,
all
kid.
Right, let's go ahead and start with Magic Kingdom. Our top 3 rides in Magic Kingdom. Do you want to start it, or do you want me to?
I don't even remember what I said.
Well, I have it on the screen for you, so that's good, right?
Okay. Yes.
So your 3rd favorite ride in Magic Kingdom is
Pirates of the Caribbean.
Why?
Which is, it's weird because in December I hated it.
Yeah. Well, that's because your butt got wet.
I mean, my butt got wet this time too, but
Yeah.
I think it was because it was freaking cold.
Yeah. Yeah.
Why? Okay, I really like the smell. I know that sounds weird,
Mm-hmm.
but the Pirates of the Caribbean smell is really cool, and the whole ride is funny. Like the little snippets from the movie and stuff like that is just really funny.
Right.
Like how he's hiding behind the dresses and all that.
Then there's a little chasing going on and so on. Right. So my number 3 ride is Haunted Mansion. I really like the theming of it, obviously. It is
I still can't believe the dog ate my ears.
I know. I love the fact though that they
where did my ears go?
They're put up in a box. You told me to take all that stuff down. Start taking it down. So we Brian talking about Nate being in the chat. So we I love the fact that Haunted Mansion is kind of self-themed in a way, right? Like they don't clean it. So yes, it has that musty smell.
But it should have that smell.
Right. Because it's an old abandoned mansion. Here comes visit number 1. So yeah, and it's just a really fun ride. It is a lot of great technology. It does think if you get stuck going backwards. But yeah, other than that, the ride is fantastic, and obviously you've got the nostalgia.
You guys. Oh, you're
all right.
so sweet.
So let's move on to your number 2, honey.
Big Thunder.
You can't talk into the mic so people can hear you.
Okay, I'm trying not to get right on it because there's a kid in my lap.
I know, but you got to get on it so people can hear you. Jeez.
So that bell
Big Thunder Mountain, why?
I'm sorry.
This is gonna be a rough one.
This is not Jameson.
Yeah. This is Phoenix.
Okay. Big Thunder. Just because it's fun and I like roller coasters.
Yeah. I like roller coasters.
Well,
it's not a rough ride. It's not a smooth ride. It's kind of, it's just like the perfect mixture.
You're so sticky.
So, yeah, that's I agree with you. Big Thunder is an incredible roller coaster in the sense that it's just like a good mixture of everything.
Yeah.
So I have for my number 2 Big Thunder Mountain as well. So
sure, I don't know what he said.
At least we agreed on one, all right?
Yeah.
Because I don't know how much agreeing we do for the rest of the show.
Why would I don't understand your number 1.
Well, that's why we're talking about it.
Sure, it's squeaky. I need to put some WD-40 on it.
Yeah. So let's move to your number 1, honey.
He's distracting me with.
Oh my goodness!
I haven't taken my medicine today.
Okay.
Haunted Mansion's my number 1.
All right. Why is Haunted Mansion your number 1?
Just number 1, I watched the documentary on it, and I think it's fascinating. Number 2, it's just a really fun ride.
Mm-hmm.
Mike Nazi. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I just like everything about it. And I think it's just really cool how they brought it all together and how every single part of the ride is themed from the moment you are coming up to it, not even when you go into the line or the queue or whatever.
Yes. The theming is, it starts right there. Right when you walk into the queue, you've got the carriage there with the invisible horses, the ghost horses right?
Mm-hmm.
You've got the graveyard and the cemeteries and all.
And there's a lot of like little hidden. Oh man, what's it called? My mind just went.
Well, you've got the tombstones. Some of them move, like the eyes, the faces on them. They move.
There's several hidden Mickeys.
Yes, it's really cool.
There's just a lot of little hidden gems around there.
Yeah. So my number one is probably going to shock some people. It is over in Tomorrowland. And it is the TTA, the People Mover. Why do you not understand that?
I think that's a really cool ride. I just wouldn't have. It would have been like my number 4 or 5, not my number 1.
So I just really like the chill aspect.
Especially if you're going with Cheryl. Oh my gosh, her and that little scooter.
Right. So I just really enjoy the chill aspect, getting to see a different view of Tomorrowland. You're going through through Space Mountain. You get the paging Mr. Morrow.
Mr. Tom Morrow.
That's it. So I just like how you get all these different aspects. You go through a shop, you just go through the land itself. You go through Space Ranger Spin. Like, you get to see it all except for Carousel of Progress and
which
the
I'm
left
okay
floor.
with.
Yeah. So that's why I've got it as my number 1.
Makes sense.
Get you a drink, chill out, get a little snack, get a little breeze going. A little breeze.
That could be dangerous when Jay says that.
Oh, hush. All right, so you want to go ahead and move to Animal Kingdom?
After you, babe.
After me this time, huh? My number 3 in Animal Kingdom is going to be the Kilimanjaro Safaris.
Okay.
I think
you're looking at the wrong one.
I am. Colorado River Rapids. Sarah's number 3 is Kilimanjaro Safaris. I'm not tired at all. So yeah, my number 3 is Colorado River Rapids. I know it's not a fan favorite overall. A lot of people are like, I can go without it, right? But it is it's kind of a sentimental thing, I guess, for me on it. I mean,
because of Jameson's first ride.
Right. It was Jameson's first ride. It was, he was so excited. We probably rode it, 15 times that trip?
Back to back to back to back. What's going to happen?
Right. And he was talking about, when he got used to it, going up the first big hill, there'd be people on the boat we didn't know, right? And there'd be, somebody be like, okay, it was their first time. And he's like, oh no, what's going to happen? And it was just adorable. His love for that ride was a lot of fun. We got super wet on it when we went in March of 18. Yeah.
Yeah, it really just depends. I feel like when you go earlier in the day, it's not as powerful, I guess you could say.
Right. They have it turned down some.
Yeah, they have it turned down. As the day goes, it gets the water starts moving a lot faster.
And then, with with them doing the sterilizing and everything every couple of hours, that's kind of keeping the ride kind of calm right now also.
I did not have a good experience with it last time.
Yeah, it wasn't the best this last time, but it's still my number 3. Your number 3, honey.
I thought we did mine. Because you said it, Kilimanjaro Safari.
So what makes it your number 3?
Just because you never know what you're gonna see.
Yeah. And
it's again a really fun chill one, and I swear it's gotten a lot smoother than it was the first few times that we rode it.
It has.
I thought we were gonna die the first time we rode it.
And since we're talking about it, my number 2 is Kilimanjaro Safari. So I agree. We realized that the paths were actually paved this time, which made it a lot smoother.
It was like a marsh pit.
Right. It kind of, but for me, it kind of took the
thrill factor out.
Well, not the thrill factor, but kind of the reality, right?
And took away from the being out in the middle of nowhere.
Right. Yeah. So, I thought it was cool because, before, I mean, the paths would get washed out. They'd have to change them up every now and then.
I think something probably happened and they needed to. Yeah. Or a lot of people complained or something.
Right. All right. So, you're number 2, honey.
Expedition Everest.
You are struggling.
I am. I don't feel good, and I'm tired. And the flag, I keep seeing it through the window, and it's like distracting the crap out of me.
Okay, so note to self: take that down before next week. So, what is it about Expedition Everest makes it your number 2?
I just really enjoy it. I think it's a fun ride, and it's so themed. Mm-hmm. And Jamison really enjoyed it, and that was a good experience to have, seeing how much he enjoyed it.
Right. So it goes without saying, I guess, that Expedition Everest is my number 1.
We were really close on this one.
We were pretty close. And probably because you're number 1, I haven't done. But
yeah.
Expedition Everest, like you said, the fact that Jameson loved it so much, we all had such a great time on that ride. Mm-hmm. That we and then then you add in the little extra magic with the cast member, mm-hmm. Catching us out front, saying, "Hey, y'all want to go again without the line?" So we got to experience back to back, one towards the front of the train, one towards the back. So it was like 2 different experiences. Mm-hmm.
It's weird. Like some of the rides, I preferred it in the back, and some I preferred it in the front.
Right. Yeah. So,
which one is it? That has the train in the front. Is that?
That's Big Thunder.
Big Thunder. Mm-hmm. Okay. I did not like being in the front of that one.
Yeah.
At all.
The back was a lot more fun on Big Thunder, I would say.
Not only that, but like the horror story of like years ago.
Yeah. So, yeah, that's a pretty rough story. Mm-hmm. All right.
I'm not telling you. We'll look it up.
Yes. So move on to your number 1, honey. Flight of Passage.
Yeah. Sorry, he's got one of the extra mics.
Yeah.
Yeah, Flight of Passage. I absolutely love the smell of that ride. It smells so good. And it's really fun. Like, I can't wait to ride it again so that I can experience it without my glasses on.
Yeah. Brian said here, Brian said here that, and he's spot on, that the Everest drop is amazing. Mm-hmm.
And you can't really time it either. It's not like you can expect when it's gonna.
Right. All right. So, what else is there? Anything else about Flight of Passage? Is it just the smell?
No, like the whole thing is really fun. Like I said, I can't imagine how much more fun it's going to be when I don't have to wear my glasses and the 3D glasses.
Right. Phoenix is the other mic and he's singing.
But like the whole thing was really interesting and fun, and I like the Avatar movies. Like when they originally came out, mm-hmm. Or movie. When it originally came out, I went to see it like 3 or 4 times in the theaters.
Yeah. So, and I remember when we met, you had that T-Mobile Avatar phone.
Yeah, I had the Avatar phone.
And I never watched the movie until, maybe a month or so ago?
Yeah, we were in Pandora, and he's like, so what's with this thing anyways? I'm like, it's a really good movie. Just watch it.
Yeah. Never saw the movie.
It's a really long movie.
Yeah. All right. Do we want to move to Hollywood Studios now?
I guess so.
This one might.
Look, he's got blue stuff all over it.
Yeah. This one might. Elle says that she has never seen Avatar either.
It's a really good movie.
And so Brian says that Flight of Passage is amazing, but it's not long enough. And he said that the smells and the mist from going through the water and the wind makes you feel like you're actually flying.
Yeah, I mean, I associate the thing that you're sitting on, like those bikes, at arcades and stuff. But I will say that it, like, closing in your legs and stuff, is really uncomfortable.
Right.
Like, I felt really claustrophobic for a minute there.
Mm-hmm.
But like when you actually start, when the ride actually starts, it's really cool, and it does spray water at you, and you can smell it,
Right.
and it does actually feel like you're flying. It's pretty cool.
All right, moving on to Hollywood Studios. You want to go first, or you want me to?
I'll go first.
I guess I can.
All right.
Slinky Dog.
Slinky Dog Dash.
I'll go first.
Why?
Phoenix, baby. Not today. Not today.
So what is it about Slinky Dog? Phoenix.
Probably your Delvecchio.
Delvecchio.
But no, it's really it's a really fun ride. I enjoy it a lot, and I love the like part where they draw you back and they shoot you off. And
yeah. It is a lot of fun. I'll go ahead and get to my number 3 then. This might, I think mine's gonna be a little shake up. My top 3 for Hollywood Studios, but my number 3 is Tower of Terror. And
oh, yours are awful.
And if we go back, let's go ahead and go to your number 2, which is also Tower of Terror.
Mm-hmm.
So Tower of Terror, for me, the theming is incredible. All of the hidden gems, the fact that that we were able to hang out there in the library, the office area.
Oh no, Elle, he is absolutely not.
Yeah, Elle says he's not happy. And she says Tower of Terror is only 3.
I know, right? That was.
I'm about to fall off my seat. But
how is that only your number 3?
Well, I mean, we'll get into that, I guess, huh? Where did it
What's your
go?
number 1? Oh,
so
okay.
Yeah, it got out of order on me.
Y'all,
so that's what's throwing me off.
This whole thing that you're doing is throwing me off.
So, why is Tower of Terror your number 2?
The theming is really cool. There's a lot of really neat hidden gems. I like that the ride is different every single time. Like, you can't, you don't know what to expect every single time.
Yeah, it's you get different drops each time. You might get a big drop, short drop, big drop, short drop, massive drop. Like,
yeah, it was terrifying the first time I rode it, but yeah, it was really fun. I cannot believe Jonathan broke your watch.
Yeah, that's probably why it's number 3. But no, the cute is incredible. I love the fact that they have the randomizer. Brian's agreeing too there.
There's just such, like, I think out of all, like, how am I trying to say this? Like, where the cast are characters, I think the cast at Tower of Terror did a better job than any of the other ones did. Like, even better than Roz.
Yeah, I agree. It's really cool though if you have the opportunity to just hang out in the library area for a little while.
There's some hidden Mickeys
and Disney actually just posted a video on Facebook. I saw it a little while ago. I haven't been able to watch the whole thing, but it's like a 4-minute video about Tower of Terror. So they're showing cool little clips, giving little facts and everything. But
I wish I knew when the picture gets taken.
Yeah. It's what was I going to say? Oh, so all the artifacts on the top of the bookshelves and everything are props and all from the actual Tower of Terror television series. So
I didn't even know that was a series. I'm gonna have to watch that.
well, not Tower of Terror series, but the Twilight Zone series.
Okay.
I apologize. Okay. So yeah. All right. So we've got your number 2. My number 2, Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway.
Oh, that ride has just too much hype.
I don't think it does. I was afraid that it would. But that's why I don't buy into the hype.
I mean, I don't buy into the hype either, but I'm saying, like, I think that people make it out to be better than it is.
Yeah, I don't though.
And that's fine.
Right.
This is your list, not mine.
Exactly. So why are you trying to argue with my list?
I think you're insane.
Well,
it's not a bad ride. It's just nowhere near my top.
Well, it's got a lot of great theming, a lot of great scenes. Without I don't really want to name any of them because so many people haven't ridden it yet, and don't like spoilers.
Waste your time.
Why are you hating? It has incredible rewritability factor.
It's just so, like, if you like Tim Burton movies, then you're gonna be good. Like, I don't like how creepy it felt in certain parts.
Right. Well, but it just goes along with the new Mickey and Minnie shorts,
Yeah. Like, the first time I read it, I was like, that's a pretty good ride. I enjoyed it. And the second and third time, I'm no.
Could it have been because we broke down the second time?
No, that was actually pretty cool. Being able to really look around and stuff.
Yeah.
And I liked the pictures that they had.
Because we learned a lot of different things. Like, there are a ton of hidden Mickeys in there.
Oh, yeah.
A ton of them. Which is one reason why I think it has great rewritability. In every room, there's so much going on. I mean, like, if you look at Rise of the Resistance, for example, you go into the AT-AT room, and, I mean, there's not a ton going on there. You go into the room with the cannons, there's not a ton going on there, right? But in every room, every scene for Mickey and Minnie's, there's so much going on, and you're not going to see everything the first few times you ride.
I think that maybe that's part of the problem that I have with it. Like, it feels like they put a lot of money and time into the scenery and not as much time in the actual ride itself. Because there are some parts that are really exciting. There's other parts that are like...
Right.
Like, I don't even understand why we're doing this. Like, what the crap?
It's like I said, I mean, I felt like there's a missed opportunity where they could have had that drop, but at the same time, I understand that they were using an existing building. So, they did what they could.
And it's really weird that it's in the Chinese building.
Yeah, the Chinese theater. Yep.
That's just really weird to me.
All right. Number 1, honey.
Rock and Roller Coaster.
And Rock and Roller Coaster is also my number 1. That ride was like mind-blowing, honestly. Of course, you didn't get to see the theming the first day we rode
He was like, oh man, that's so cool, look at this, look at that. And I'm like, you're a jerk.
Yeah, because you didn't have your glasses on. You had that little eye infection going, so you didn't have contacts in. Took your glasses off so you didn't lose them.
And I was blind as a bat.
Yeah. But you've got the recording studio, you've got all the, the albums and everything. And then when you get to where the coaster is,
it kind of it kind of feels like you're going backstage at a concert with
I mean, you're going into a parking garage and everything. So I'm gonna have to get some more on from Brian here. He says he's completely taken back, and I've got a feeling I know why. And I think it's because of what Elle just said.
Yeah.
Star Wars did not make the cut for either one of us.
It could be because I keep grinding my teeth. I am so sorry, you guys. It could be because the first time you rode it, you were so hyped up about it. Like, it was mind-blowing. It's life-changing. Oh. And then I was expecting a lot. And I think the reason why it didn't make the cut is because the first time I rode it was during this last trip. And
it broke down.
And then, all that. But that's not even, like, the real problem. Like, the real problem I think I had with it was,
Ew.
Yeah, sorry. The real problem I had with it was maybe that the cast wasn't really into it.
Right.
Like, they had the outfits and this, that, and the other, but both times we got on it, like, they were just not.
I will say that the queue was a different experience this time.
Yeah, like, I think it was because of the pandemic. Yeah. Honestly.
Yeah. It made it, like, they weren't able to rush you. It was more about social distancing and everything.
Yes. Oh, when it's Jay raving about it, I bought into the hype. But again, like I said, I think it's because of the timing when I wrote it. It just wasn't a good time.
Right. It wasn't. That is 100% true. But Rock and Roller Coaster. That's the start of the ride.
Oh man, the first time we saw it, we were both like, what did we get ourselves into?
We almost backed out. Like, legit, almost, like, okay, where's the chicken exit at? Because we're totally clucking our way out of here. Yeah. Like, I'm out.
Peace out, home slice.
We hunkered down. We did it. And then we got off. And we did it again. And we got off the ride. And we did it again. I can't take you anywhere. So Brian was expecting Rise of the Resistance to be my number one.
I'm surprised it wasn't on his list either.
Here's the thing is...
Yes, Brian, ding.
I think that...
that was so bad.
I think that part of it was the fact that this was our first time doing Rock and Roller Coaster, right?
I mean, it's something not fair. We wouldn't be able to ride for a long time because the kids wouldn't be able to ride it.
Right. So, and I mean, obviously we didn't want to ride it without each other, right?
Right.
So...
I think the only times we've ever rode something that the other one hasn't has been the first time you rode Rise of the Resistance and when I rode Flight of Passage. I don't think... Well, there's some that you rode with Jameson and I didn't in December because I had to watch the Tater Tot, but...
Yeah. So, yeah. I think I think it's the best one at Hollywood Studios, though. Rock and Roller Coaster.
I like the music and the lights and the inversions, and it's just, it's really fun.
It definitely has that thrill aspect.
It feels like you're cheating death at some points.
It really does. Yeah, it really does. Brian says that right now his would be Rock and Roller Coaster as well, but he has not been on any of the Star Wars rides. Okay,
like the first time I rode Star Tours, back in December.
Yes.
I thought it was really cool. Then when I rode it a few times this trip, I did not enjoy it at all. And maybe it's because I'm getting old. But I was like, this is painful. It made my neck hurt really bad. And then Millennium Falcon is super, super fun, but it hurts, especially with like, I think to be fair, the pilot part is really difficult.
Yes, it is. It's not easy. It's not meant to be easy because you got two people controlling it, right? I mean, one person going up and down, one person going left or right. So that makes it extremely difficult in itself. Whereas, if the pilots start communicating, because if one pilot's thinking, okay, the pilot going up is seeing there's a rock down here on the right, so I'm going to go up, and then all of a sudden the pilot going left or right goes left, and the rock is up high, and so there's got to be a communication.
Or when one of them sticks and the other one, never mind.
Yep. So, all right,
being difficult.
let's move into our top 5 for all 3 parks. Your number 5.
Haunted Mansion.
Haunted Mansion.
Like, I can't really, like, the only one I can definitively say is my number 1 is my number 1. The others are all, like, tied for number 2.
Really?
Pretty much, yeah.
So my number 5 is Big Thunder Mountain. Which is interesting because you would think that with Animal Kingdom being our 3rd favorite park,
That nothing there would be.
Animal Kingdom would be, one of the rides at Animal Kingdom would be number 5, right? But no, didn't work out that way. Your number 4 ride, honey.
Flight of Passage.
Flight of Passage. So let's go ahead. I want to go ahead and do your other ones.
Well,
because
to say something about Flight of Passage being number 4, I think it's in that spot because you haven't got to ride it yet, and because of like my glasses and all that.
Right.
I think it could be a lot better.
I was really shocked that your number 3 beat out Flight of Passage.
Yeah, like
Slinky Dog Dash is your number 3.
Like I said, my number 1 is my number 1. The others are all kind of tied.
Right. So my number 4 is going to be Expedition Everest. And then my number 3, Tower of Terror. I think that's pretty solid, right? I mean, as far as overall, so Brian is agreeing Flight of Passage is 4. Interesting.
Yeah. Like I said, number 1, and then they're all kind of tied.
Yeah.
Plus, he asked me when I was half asleep.
Well, I had to ask you at some point. Could you imagine trying to come up with those on the show live? Oh,
that would have been interesting.
No, it wouldn't have.
Mm-hmm.
You would have kept saying, no, I need to think about it. All right, so we've got your 5.
I can't live with them, guys. I'm going to tie him to the roof or something.
Your 5 is Haunted Mansion, 4 Flight of Passage, 3 Slinky Dog. Your number 2, honey.
Tower of Terror.
Tower of Terror. And it might shock some people what I've got at number 2.
Mm-hmm.
Because...
Like, why?
Kilimanjaro Safaris. Why would it not be?
Every time I think about the safari, I think
when Jameson tried to get us to when Jameson tried to get us attacked by the lions. Yeah, that was interesting.
If y'all haven't seen it, there's a new TV series out about Animal Kingdom, and it's really, really cool.
Yes, it's amazing. I think we've talked about it on about every podcast since we found it.
Maybe. I don't know.
She's agreeing with the safari. It's tough to beat. I mean, for me, anyways. And which is interesting because it was my number 3. No, what was Safari's? It was my number 2 on my Animal Kingdom list as well. What?
Like, how can it be your number 2 on this list, or on that list, and then be number 2 on this list?
Because that's just how it worked out.
What was your number 1 on Animal Kingdom?
My number 1 on Animal Kingdom was Expedition Everest.
I'm surprised that it's not on.
Well, and here's why, though. I don't feel like I can go to Animal Kingdom and not do the safari.
Yeah.
So when I was kind of looking at it in, different aspects, Brian and Elle are talking about, Elle says, so this list is chaotic. Brian said, wasn't Everest ahead of Safari on your last list? Yes. So
Yes, it doesn't make sense to me why it would be. Yeah, I know what you were saying.
yeah,
You
so
don't.
I can survive Animal Kingdom without doing Everest, right? But I don't see how you can go to Animal Kingdom without doing the Safari. I mean, that's what Animal Kingdom is, right?
I mean, I really enjoy it, but it's not in my top.
Yeah. All right. So number one, I don't think is any question for both of us, right?
Right.
Rock and Roller Coaster has taken a special place in our hearts.
Definitely.
So yeah, Rock and Roller Coaster is our number one overall. Brian says we're going to have to revisit this list.
Yeah. Oh, this list really doesn't make sense. His really doesn't make sense.
Why does it not make sense though?
Like, how can you just
What?
y'all see what I live with? Like, he makes no sense. You're a strange dichotomy.
But see, and Brian's actually agreeing with me. He said if you don't do the Safari when at Animal Kingdom, something is wrong with you.
Yeah, but that could be that, it's just like something you got to do. Like, if you go to a ball game, you need to get a hot dog, or, go to the movies, you need to get popcorn or whatever. It doesn't mean that it's like your favorite ride.
But
I think I like the show better than the ride.
And see, Elle's even agreeing with Brian. So I don't understand what the confusion is. But yeah, I think Rock and Roller Coaster is obviously the top ride in all of Walt Disney World.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, is there anything really that's close to it? I mean, if you're looking at the queue, you're looking at theming, you're looking at the thrill factor, the rewritability factor.
I mean, I think Tower of Terror is close, but it's nowhere near like there. Like, it's close, but it's not.
I mean, with Tower of Terror, you still know it's just going to be a drop, right?
Mm-hmm. In the dark.
Yeah, but
I feel like you're gonna die.
You do leave your seat.
Oh yeah, that scared the crap out of me the first time I rode it. Like, my butt going off the seat, I was like, oh god.
Yeah. So that's a really cool aspect. But realistically,
see, at least my ranking per park is equivalent to my ranking in the end. See, that makes sense. He's just crazy.
Whatever. But with Rock and Roller Coaster, realistically, with the G-force at takeoff and that you maintain, you really don't even need to be buckled in because you ain't going nowhere.
Yeah, and don't lift your head up and try to look around.
No, because that's not going to happen. And even at the start, you got to have your head back. Mm-hmm. Because if you don't, they're going to put it back for you. Mm-hmm. And it's going to be a lot more painful. Mm-hmm. All right. So, do you have anything else you want to add? You want to keep talking about how crappy my list is and how it doesn't make sense?
Your list just doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
Like, how can you have it so low on one list and then in, the top at the end?
What do you mean have it so low? I had it at number 2.
Yeah, with Everest over it.
Uh-huh. And
then you had Everest under it.
That's because that's how it works.
My life is so screwed up with him in it. Golly.
Wow. Thanks, honey. Brian says that they tried to explain that to Bailey, but she won't listen.
Yeah, you really need to keep your head back, because if you don't, you're going to be...
Yeah. You just got to put your head back. You're not going anywhere. You're pinned into that seat.
I will say the first time we rode it, I was making sure...
I was hanging on for dear life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then one time I wrote it, and I don't know how it happened. I really have no clue. But my arm got stuck under the thing, and I thought I wasn't going to be able to get it out. And I actually had like a big bruise on my arm from it pinching.
All right. So, and Elle says that she loves Steven Tyler screaming in her ear.
He's just a strange and cool dude.
He is. He is a very unique individual. I listened to the Joe Rogan podcast with him on it, which was hilarious because this was like a week after we got back from Disney, and they started the show off with, and this was an older episode, but they started the show off with.
I finally went and rode my ride or something like that.
I got to go down to Disney and ride my ride, and Joe's like, "Man, I just got back from there and rode your ride." So they were talking about it. It was really funny. I do think it's really weird that Steven Tyler just randomly busts out in song during conversation. But Brian says Elle is wearing Steven Tyler PJs. That's hilarious. All right. So is there anything else you want to say, honey?
Can I go to sleep now?
You may go to sleep now. And we'll go ahead and start to close this thing out. Take the comments off. That way you don't start trying to reply to them.
Eventually y'all are going to see me flip this guy off or pop him in the back of the head.
You've popped me in the back of the head multiple times on here. What are you talking about? So, yeah, anyways, the reason Brian's not joining us on the show today is...
You've been voted off the island.
It's his birthday weekend, right? Happy birthday, Brian. He had a lot going on Friday, Saturday. They were having people redo floors in their house. I was like, man, just take today and chill, Y'all
can see that he didn't give me that option.
No. And then let's see. Next week is Jenny's birthday, which is Brian's wife, and their anniversary. So he will not be with us then either.
That's kind of funny. Like, I wonder which of them decided that. Because
I would hope it's not Brian, because if it is Brian, that was just a boneheaded move. Like, you talk about October being a rough month financially.
Well, not only that, but you can't forget an anniversary or a birthday now. And if you do, you're really in trouble.
Well, I mean, why do you think we got married on 7/7? Kind of hard to forget that one, right?
I still can't believe we went to Logan's right after.
Yeah. Had to go somewhere to eat. We were hungry.
Yeah, we didn't get to eat at our own reception.
Yeah. So, and also, Elle this week has been doing the Live Strong Challenge, a virtual. What it is a virtual bike race. They did it virtually this year, and it is to raise money for and I might be getting this wrong. I can't remember if it's research or treatment for people who have cancer. And she was able to raise over $1,000. And she did this as a cancer survivor. So she completed the challenge today and got a little yellow rose pin medal type deal for doing that. And that's super cool.
That's super cool.
So congratulations to Elle for that.
Definitely.
Is there anything else I'm missing, honey? No.
I don't think so.
All right, next week, 1 year anniversary.
Whoop, whoop.
And we are doing our Villains Bracket Challenge.
I gotta say, I think October and November are my favorite months.
Yeah.
Next,
Cool.
October and November, and then March, because that's usually around tax return.
Tax return and your birthday.
Tax return. I don't give a crap about my birthday.
So yeah, join us next week, please, at 5:00 Eastern time. That is going to be 4:00 Central time.
I feel like my birthday this next year is gonna be really weird.
Yeah.
Because of how old I'm turning. I won't be in my 20s.
Oh. So yeah, Next week, bracket challenge.
Which doesn't matter because I keep getting called his kid. Like, I was at the hospital for some stuff like last week before last, whatever. I got called his daughter twice. And then someone was talking about our show and thought I was his kid too. I'm like,
all right. Next week, Villains Bracket Challenge. 5 o'clock Eastern, 4 o'clock Central, 3 o'clock Mountain, and 2 o'clock Pacific.
no, if my throat didn't hurt so bad, I would totally scream at you right now.
Join us live. And if you're ready to start getting out of the house and get your next vacation in the books, make sure to contact Magic and Mickey Travel. You can find them at magicandmickey.com, or you can email info@magicandmickey.com. They also have a quote request form, so you can go and do a quote request for. Oh, I thought you were about to say something.
There's a tack on the floor right there, sticking out. Like, don't step on it.
Okay. You can get that quote request done, and one of the incredible agents over at Magic Mickey will be getting in touch with you real soon. All right. If you don't have anything else, honey, for the missing Brian and Sarah, I'm James.
Good night.
We'll be talking to you real soon.